All right, welcome in everyone. If you have a question for Coach, please raise your hand. Ava?
Hey, Scott. Obviously, that fourth quarter, end of the third quarter was crazy. How much of this is a sign of growth for you guys?
Well, we're definitely not going to give up. That's what we're made of. But we just made so many costly mistakes throughout that first half to allow them to get to 82 points. We can't get down. This is the best team in basketball right now. They're playing at a high level. They got amazing talent on their roster. But we fought, we tied the game up, took the lead. I think even in the last 4 minutes of the game, it was tied. And then we made we missed a little runner. We had turned it over. Embiid did an incredible block on Brad's layup. And then we made some costly mistakes at the end. 4 seconds on the clock. We gave up a three. We gave up an and one. But I thought the guys competed very hard. I mean, it was obviously a high scoring game.
And then obviously, what can you say about Brad's performance tonight?
Special player. And a guy, he's special every year now. Been with him for 5 years. Every year he's gotten better. He's an all-star every year in my mind, an all-NBA player. Hopefully the rest of the league will understand that. But he does. He gets better every year. His leadership is definitely high level. Knowing him, he's pissed off. We got 60 points and we lost. We had a chance to come back and win this game. He's about winning. He can score a lot of points on any team, any given night. He wants to lead us to some victories. And like I said, tonight we made some mistakes, and we have to correct. We have to learn. I mean, on the fly quickly. And our guys it's not effort based. It's just experience.
Chase?
Scott, it looked like Russ went to the locker room with maybe a hand problem or something. What's the latest with him?
Yeah, I haven't heard. He was being looked at, and I met with the team, and now I'm with you guys. I'll find out after. I'll tweet it out.
Well, I'll check your burner. And Joel Embiid, you guys had him 0 for 6 in the first quarter, and then obviously ended up with 38. What changed?
We try everything on him. He's a great player. He gets some of these calls they're tough to manage. He's a great player, strong, very skilled. He doesn't get enough credit for how skilled he is. For his size, his athleticism, and his ability to create, and he's quick on his feet. He's a handful. It's definitely, we've tried everything. We tried double teaming from the baseline, double teaming from the top, tried meeting him early. He's a problem.
Fred?
Hey, Scott, how do you fix the defensive issues when you guys just don't really have that much time to practice and you don't really shoot around very much?
It's definitely a challenge, but we need to get better. I don't think we didn't play well tonight defensively. And then we were playing. It was a catch-up game. We were trying to just catch up and score, and we did that. We did that in the second half. We played much better defense in the second half. They had, I think, 59 points. That's manageable. But 82. We're not that bad defensively. We definitely got it. We got to get better. We gave up 5 points in the last 10 seconds of that second quarter with the drive and the turnover three for Green in the left slot. We just got to keep competing and keep watching film. We do it individually. We do it as a group. That's how every team's going to have to get better this year. There's not a lot of practice time. We've had so many games, and then we got another 3 and 4 nights coming up. So that's the only way we can do it right now.
And what's that thought process like at the end of the third quarter when Brad just scored 25 in a quarter, and you have to weigh what kind of lineup you're going to put out for the fourth. Obviously, his normal rotation is he's sitting, but is there any sort of consideration to changing something up when a guy's that hot?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to. I mean, I have two choices. I can wear him out and play him. At that point, it would have been 34, like about 33 straight minutes from the second quarter on. That's not good. I mean, it would have been, it's just not good. It's not, he needs a break. There's every now and then, but I felt that we had a little bit of momentum. He was only going to get a 2-minute break. And then we went on a nice little run. And then we bought him actually about 2 extra minutes. And then he came in. I mean, we came in, I think we were up 3 when we came in, or tied. I think DB hit the 3 and then Green hit the 3 to tie it up. Like 7:40 to go. But yeah, I mean, trust me, I'm probably everybody out there is saying the same thing, play him the entire game, but everybody needs a little bit of a blow. He's only going to get a couple-minute break.
Neil?
Hey, Scott, another game where Denny didn't play in the fourth quarter. Isak didn't play again. When you guys are struggling on defense, why is it that some of your stronger defensive players aren't getting the playing time?
Yeah, I mean, everybody has to be ready. Denny's a good player. He hasn't played well, tonight. Rui didn't play well tonight either. I'm not going to go away from them, but they're not going to get their normal minutes either. We got Denny and DB at those minutes. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty good guys at the 3, and then they both play a little bit of 4. Everybody has to be ready.
All right, that's all the time we have for Coach tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and raise your hand if you have a question. Fred?
Hey, Brad. I just want to start us off with, and I know I'm sure that was an emotional game, but I know you know what happened in DC today because I saw you tweet about it, and I was just wondering if you had any thoughts to share on everything that went down at the Capitol today.
First, praise my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It's very emotional. It's very disheartening in a lot of ways because, just the lack of sense of urgency there was to respond to what was going on versus, protesters of Black Lives Matter, over the summer, and that was a direct, standout from all over the world. Like, everybody addressed the same issue, and I retweeted something that Trump tweeted a few months ago, literally about the guys and people who will vandalize and basically disrespect any federal piece of property in Portland and around the U.S. And those people will face a minimum of 10 years in prison. So we'll see, if he has his foot in his mouth or if that's something that he really truly stands on, because of the people who were invading our capital. They invaded the Capitol. That's unheard of. It's unheard of. But, it's just disheartening that this is where we are as a country. But, my biggest thing is bringing more attention to Jacob Blake and his decision in that case and how they decided to not bring any criminal charges against those officers when he was shot 7 times. That's another issue we're still dealing with. So it is just ongoing, but, we continue to fight the good fight. We continue to get in front of these lawmakers and these politicians and continue to lay the hammer down until change is made. But the biggest thing is the P word is patience. Rules and changes aren't going to be had overnight. So we just got to understand what that looks like and what that means. And, patience is going to be required from everyone.
And Brad, there's not a great transition from that topic over to basketball, but you had a career high tonight. What's it like to go for a career high and tie a franchise record during a game that ends up like that?
You know me, Fred. I'm pissed off. I'm mad. This is just, I don't count any of my, career highs. They've been in losses. So, I don't give a damn. You throw it right out the window with the other 2 or 3 I had. I just want to win. Sometimes it forces me to score 50, 60, whatever the case may be, but I just want to win and whatever that looks like. So came up a little short tonight, but we just got to keep at it. Nobody's going to feel sorry for us.
Chase.
Brad, obviously this one went down to the final minutes. What made the difference for them?
I think they got stops and made more plays than we did down the stretch. I think Embiid did a tough 3. I mean, they were making a lot of shots. They made a lot of shots, and I don't even know what they shot from the field. I think it was ridiculous, honestly. Yeah. I mean, they shot 60% from the field. You can't. And 62 from 3. Not gonna win a game like that. It's not.
What's the challenge like defending Philly this year when they've got shooters and you double him Embiid and he can pass it out to Curry and Green and with the way they hurt you guys today?
It's tough, man. We understand what Joel is capable of doing down there. We understand that every time down the floor they're looking to run their offense through him. And when he draws so much attention that they did a good job in the offseason of adding some pieces around him that can knock down shots. Tobias has been playing well as anybody the last week. Danny Green is a spot-up shooter. Seth Curry, he can put the ball on the floor as he showed tonight and be able to create for himself. He had damn near 30. So they got a good team. We can't sit here and be naive to that. They have a really good ball club. But I think we put ourselves in a position to win them, twice now that we've played them to win. So I always put it on myself to close it out. I got to be better.
Ava.
Hey, Brad. Could you put this game in a little bit of perspective in that you guys showed so much fight in the fourth quarter where you'd had trouble late early on, but it was still the defensive issue. Just where does that leave the team, I guess, in your view?
I think we're okay. It's those same mistakes that we have to eliminate. We showed our hand, so to speak. You play cards. We already showed our hand, showing that we're able to defend. We're able to, do these things the correct way on a consistent basis. We built off 2 really good wins, Minnesota and Brooklyn. We had to come out tonight with that same type of intensity. We didn't have it. We didn't have that same focus. So that's been our lapse. That's been our Achilles heel. We have to come in ready to go, knowing personnel and knowing what to do, and just being ready. It's hard to win in this league. It is super hard. It is super hard. And you have teams who are hungry, teams who haven't played since March, teams who haven't played since the bubble. Everybody's hungry. So we just got to be better. And we got another tough one in 2 days. So the schedule doesn't get easier, and our task doesn't get easier. So we just got to.
And you were trying to miss the second free throw at the end there, right?
Unfortunately, I wouldn't. But I ended up missing it. I missed 2 free throws tonight anyway. So I think Joel kind of talked me out of that one.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
Neil.
Hey, Brad, from what you're describing, would you say the second quarter defense, when Philly shoots 80% from the field, is that just a matter of they made their shots and you can't really beat them, or what's allowing them to get those good looks?
Man, it don't make no damn sense for us to give up 50 points in the quarter on 1 through 15. Like, we gave up 50 points in the quarter. That's unheard of. You can't win a game like that. And Russ came in expressing that at halftime. We cannot win games giving up 50 points in the quarter. No matter who's on the floor, me included. We have to bear down, and that's just coming down to defense and guarding, and understanding personnel, understanding what guys are capable of doing, and that's where we pretty much lost the game. 49. Granted, we scored 43, but we gave up 49. First team to play defense is going to win, pretty much.
All right. Thanks, Brad. You're good. If you got a question, raise your hand, please.
Yeah, I'll come grab it.
Fred?
Russell, just before we get started, I know you just played a game, but I wanted to know if you had anything that you wanted to say regarding, the ongoings at the Capitol today in DC.
I can't hear you.
Oh, I wanted to know if before we start, you fielded questions about the game, if you wanted to say anything about the ongoings at the Capitol today in DC.
Yeah, man, it's I haven't had much time to kind of take it all in, but it's very unfortunate, man, to see if those roles were reversed, if those were African Americans and Black people, it would be totally different. Unfortunately, there's so much going on, man. There's so many people losing their lives, whether it's through COVID and losing their family members. And sometimes we can't control civilians and what they do. Just control what we do to make change in our society. And that's the biggest thing that we can do now. Unfortunately, we can't control what people do, how they move, but we can control our own actions and figure out how to make the world a better place. It's just crazy, almost like a movie when I see it talking to people, and obviously now being in DC and my family there, it definitely hits a little different for me now.
Ava?
Hey Russ, I'm just wondering how you look at that that late game comeback that you guys made. Obviously, you're someone who values that fight in teams so much, but it came after the 3 quarters of kind of sloppy defense. So how do you kind of break that down in your mind?
We know we can do it. We know we have to do to win games. We cannot afford to BS on the defensive end. We know when we lock in defensively, it's going to be tough to beat us. And, Philly has the best record in the league now, but we know that we can play with the best when we defend at a high level.
Chase?
Russ, how was your hand? It seemed like you left the game late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I dislocated my finger. But we'll see. Shit hurt. But yeah. Right.
Yeah, that sounds like it would hurt. Do you think you may miss some time?
I don't know. I'll have to answer that. The game just finished 30 minutes ago. I have no idea.
I think that's all we got, Russ. Appreciate you.
How'd you get it?
All right, guys, that's all we have for tonight. We will see you later on.